Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, but once again, it's time to get Travelwise on a budget. If you're a parent planning a road trip, you want to do everything in your power to make sure that you don't hear the most dreaded 4 words in the history of road trips.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Believe me, if you got a lot of miles ahead of you before you reach a rest stop halfway to your destination, the only place your family will be heading to is Nightmare Junction. Luckily for all of you, I got a solution, as this edition of Travelwise Tuesdays is for the kiddos. This is the ultimate U.S. road trip atlas from National Geographic Kids, featuring maps, games, activities, and more for hours of backseat fun. This was picked up for 75% off the price of $3.99. I was hesitant about purchasing this, but internally, it was just too good to resist. And besides, I think you've been neglecting the kids during Travelwise Tuesdays. Adults have been having more fun. We can't neglect the kids. In all 50 states that this book covers, that would be a crime. Literally. So, buckle up. Let's start you off with a guide on how to use this atlas. You'll find all these features state by state. Let's start here with 5 cool things. The 5 places you must visit in each state that this book covers. A map of each state shaped after that state. Like this one, Florida, the Sunshine State. Roadside attractions for fun, wacky, and wild side trip ideas. Take a look at these roadside attractions. State facts. You'll find the names of state birds, flowers, and animals and/or trees above the state's name. And below the state's name, you'll find the state's nickname. For example, Florida is the Sunshine State, although that's highly subjective. You'll find an introductory paragraph, traffic laws, silly signs, and/or fantastic facts. You'll find boredom busters. These features ask you to use a camera or phone to take pictures, a smartphone to look up information, or a navigation system to find locations or landmarks. And finally, just for fun, Aunt Bertha. Basically, their own old age, middle of the road, Where's Waldo? You'll find her speeding through various pages in this book. Count how many times she appears and then check the answer key on page 122 to see if you're right. Page 122. And then here we have a map key. It's a list of legends and icons that you can find inside the maps of each state. Interstates, national parks, and so on. So let's get started by highlighting some familiar territory, not just for myself, but for our right-hand man, David Romero. And we start actually in Washington, D.C. An odd place to start, but it is our nation's capital, and of course it's known for much more than just the White House and anything political. Come on! The 5 cool things you can do here are visit the giant pandas at the National Zoo, the Air and Space Museum at the National Mall, check out the Museum of Natural History, also at the National Mall, check out the U.S. Capitol, again at the National Mall, or check out the secret gadgets at the International Spy Museum. After this review, the Romero Roundup's going to take you to Washington to see our nation's capital through David's point of view. So stay tuned for that. Now on to California, the Golden State. By the way, the layout of each state actually varies. Some states are represented vertically, like this one, and other states are represented horizontally. So, 5 cool things to do in the Golden State. Check out the Redwoods in Crescent City, visit Point Lobos in Carmel, the sand dunes in Death Valley. Have fun at Universal Studios in Los Angeles, and come on. Of all the 5 things to do in California that this book lists, which one do you think you want to do the most? Considering number 5 is the San Diego Zoo. Yeah, this might take second place. As you know, our primary objective around here is to bring Hollywood home on a budget. And if you don't visit Hollywood while in California, then what the heck would you be doing in California anyway? I forgive you for not visiting Hollywood and going to Universal Studios, but technically you'd be visiting Hollywood anyway because it's in Los Angeles. But enough about that. Let's move on to Connecticut. You can ride the wooden roller coaster at the oldest amusement park in all of North America. Lake Compounce, Boulder, Mass. Or you can check out the Torosaurus at Yale University's Peabody Museum of Natural History in New Haven. Check out the harbor seals on Thimble Islands, board the USS Nautilus, or check out the Mystic Seaport in Mystic, Connecticut. Yes, known for more than just Mystic Pizza, if you can believe it or not. But I digress. Moving on. This is New Jersey. It's the Garden State, it's my state, it's David's state, and the 5 cool things you can do here while visiting our home state. Let's check out the Duke Farms in Hillsborough. Check out Insectropolis in Tom's River. I'm definitely staying away from Insectropolis. Walk on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. And for personal experience, I know that is a must-do in the Garden State. So fun. Check out Cape May in Cape May. Believe it or not, the first Travelwise Tuesdays video I've done was a Cape May magazine. So they say. And by far, the most fun, heading to Adventure Aquarium in Camden. And again, I speak from personal experience. Make that a bucket list priority on your itinerary. As a matter of fact, in a couple of weeks, we're going to revisit a School 2 field trip that David and I took to Adventure Aquarium in Camden. We did so once before by reviewing a nature DVD about sharks. In fact, scratch sharks behind the gills and feed stingrays by hand at Adventure Aquarium. And don't forget to say hello to the hippos. Oh, we'll be saying hello to a lot of animals on the next throwback to Adventure Aquarium. That'll be the week after next. I have a review to tie into that experience. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you New York, but you know what? We'll show you New York in just a second. This is car trip fun. Try these boredom-busting games and activities on your next family road trip, or even a simple short ride to the store. Like playing scavenger hunt. See who is the fastest in your family to spot these items from the car windows or windshield. A gas station, a camper, a flock of birds, a rainbow, the American flag, so simple to spot, a bicycle, a billboard, a dog, a barrel of hay, a bridge, so on. Or, how about some true or false questions in Stump Your Parents? Are your parents really as smart as they think they are? Test their brain power with these trivia questions. All of them true or false. Cities, summer fun, and beaches. A variety of fun games in here. Everything from trivia questions to item spotting, like in Fun Park, beach days, and my favorite here, city sites. Trying to find a dog on a leash, a laptop computer, a walker down a manhole, men carrying a fish, a police officer, which really is the last person you would want to find on a road trip. I'm sorry. A person riding a Segway, right over here, and so on. It doesn't list the rocket ship, but I want to list that here because, as you know, the Artemis 1 is kind of a dud right now. The latest to launch that is in October. Anyway, let's just show you New York before we close out. And again, I speak from personal experience. New York is a wonderland. It's like a world within a world. And the 5 cool things to do, check out the Maid of the Mist at Niagara Falls State Park. Take a Jurassic sleepover at the American Museum of Natural History, famous for Night at the Museum. If you can't get to the American Museum of Natural History, don't fret. I have a handy guide to the museum, which I reviewed, and you can check out by clicking the link in the description. Hike, raft, or ride through Adirondack Park in northern New York. Hike up the Catskill Mountains in Catskill Park, or visit the Empire State Building. No matter what state suits your fancy, no matter where you're heading to, or no matter where you dream of heading to, there's a boredom buster, a cool thing to do, a roadside attraction for everyone. Whether you're in a flyover state, or you feel a little cosmopolitan, this is going to be a really fun guide to use. From Cinderella's Castle and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Florida to sunny sand dunes and giant redwoods in California, the National Geographic Kids Ultimate US Road Trip Atlas will make your next journey an adventure to remember. And this adventure to remember in between two paperback covers retails for $5.99 in the US and just $1 more, $6.99 in Canada. Aw, there's Aunt Bertha. If Aunt Bertha existed, and I know she does, I think she would agree with me that this is a really cool creation from National Geographic Kids. And one that deserves all 5 claps. You could just pop in a certain Ice Cube family comedy and be done with it, but come on. Lively, stimulating conversation is one of the keys to ensuring that your journey is as much fun as, if not more fun than, the destination that lies before you. And for what it's worth, this is going to be a very nice conversation starter that might greatly diminish your chances of hearing this.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
You little...
Alright, Homer, you could go ham on Bart another time because this studio-based road trip is over. On the next Travelwise Tuesdays, we're actually going to take another detour and visit the Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown. It's not really a travelogue per se, but I think it's a nice piece of Jersey that you should be aware of. So that'll be next week, and there's a really remarkable find inside the back of this that I just can't wait to show you. That's next time on Travelwise Tuesdays. But until then, drive safely on the way home, and sleep tight, America. We're finally there.
Hello guys, it's David Romero. I'm gonna be famous.
Cemetery. Washington.
Made it.
Of course. I'm doing portrait in this one, of course. Never mind. Little tour guide here. Him. Around this place, Monument, White House is next, further, and we're next.
Washington.
Again, good luck here where we spend our this history-making state. Obviously, very interesting facts. And the guy, we're gonna go down the stairs. White House again.
Capital. Washington field trip. Like if you hung on in the museum with a few minutes.
Leo. Take pictures. Pretty much it.
Thanks for watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the thrift side.